like like the situation with me and what's the name, like, oh, that's fake, that's a storyline. Like, people still saying it, like, oh, that's fake, that's a storyline. Like, I would never ever in a million years go on the internet and play for. I don't even understand like, how could that bring money or anything like positive or good to me or to the other person? How do I gain or benefit, like, to make people go and watch it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get paid what I'm getting paid regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. So it's not fake. Like, it's not. It's like these things that are happening on the show really happen in real life. Like, seriously. The only thing about TV is that sometimes when you go through something or you film something, now you have to go on with that story. So that's where it becomes difficult, because if I argue with you right now we have to go and we have to talk about why we argue and how we gonna fix it and how we gonna move forward. But we could have really talked that night and it was just like, fuck it, I don't wanna, like, we cool now. But no, in TV time, you have to stay in TV time so your story makes sense. I'm not saying that I made up with anybody, because I 100% have not. But like, the story. So anyway, my bad. The story has to make sense for the viewers. So the people that are watching, if we film it, now we have to elaborate on it. We have to discuss it. Like, that's why it's like the stuff with Julian, it kind of seems like it's just dragging. But it do be new shit. I'm not even gonna lie. But, it's like, it has been like a lot of little different messy situations. But it's such a big thing in the show because it's already started. So now we got to keep going. But then it's like, once you you could do it and you could just boom, nip it in the bud. All right, boom, moving forward. But then it do keep being more and more shit. But basically with TV time, you have to stick to what you're filming, and that is really what makes a great show, because a lot of times people be like, no, I don't want to talk about that, or I ain't doing that no more. But it's like, we have to make everything make sense for y'all. How sometimes we're like, oh, so y'all just randomly linked up to go and talk about that? Like, yeah, we did, because we have to explain it to make it make sense. Am I making sense? I'm making sense. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we on gloss now. But I said, I just straight to you. Even though the agreement was never to give him just to give him $20,000, I would. That is not the type of person that I would just give $20,000 to. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I got to be careful with what I say. So, if you remember, right? So, if you were on the live, right, that day on live, and we was talking about, he was like, I want a car for my birthday, like that. Like, this was like months ago. This was before the birthday. Okay, so if you was on, boom, then I said, like, I wanted some extravagant shit. I was joking. He wasn't joking, obviously. He was dead ass serious. But I knew that he needed a car, so I'm like, I'm getting a car. So, he knew the entire time that I was getting a car. Like, you know what I'm saying? This was not just like, oh, here's $20,000 cash. I would just give you $20,000 cash. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sending it. So we sent the money to the dealer, directly to the dealer. Obviously, I had to ended up doing something that I didn't want to do and post my receipts. But it was just because it was just being dragged out too long, and it was just like, okay, like, I'm not one to, I don't want to sit and be going back and forth with somebody who is a friend. Like, you don't argue. Like, when shit is inside the house, you keep it inside the house. When something inside the house get outside the house, it's like it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, to go and do all, like, it's nothing. Like, I'm disgusted. Like, my feelings hurt. I'm mad. Like, so I know for my greater good that I'm not going to go and do nobody like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not what I'm on. Like, and I've learned my lessons from doing shit like that to like in past like relationships. I'm too fucking old for that shit too. But it's just like not who I am. Like I'm just not that type of person to do no shit like that to my friend. So when all of the stuff like happened or whatever, like with the car, I'm like, well, what's the big deal? You know, it was not a big deal until it didn't go through. You know what I'm saying? Because of how you tried to kick it, how you tried to go and do whatever you was doing. But that's when it became a problem, you know? And that money was sent directly from my business accounts, like my Remedy business account. Like I have people that I'm paying. Like this is people's jobs, ins and outs. You could possibly fuck up my business because you playing doing. Hey, baby, and don't get me wrong. Like everybody get it how they live. Like I ain't knocking nothing nobody doing. Like no bullshit. I don't care. But put me down so we can be on the same page. So I could go. You know, we could figure out. I don't know how to reroute, but no, absolutely no, baby.